All right, guys, here's the deal. So, Richie here is going to be giving the first ever presentation at the Nassau Reptile Expo. Over time, we're going to have more and more of these. It's going to be cool. And he did something really remarkable. In an unusual place, Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I'm from the city myself, so as you guys know too, there's not a lot of interactions with animals you can have. There's not a lot of opportunities to get involved with nature, anything like that. Well, Richie said, no problem, I'm going to bring it right over to you, slap this thing right in the middle of Williamsburg, and created a experience that you can come in and learn about endangered species of geckos, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about how he created it and the cool animals he works with, guys. Give it up for Richie the Gecko King! Woo!
Thank you. What's up, guys? My name is Richie Lale. Some of you guys may know me as the Gecko King. Some of you may not. If you don't know me, come get to know me. I am the owner of the Gecko King. I'm a biologist. I work with a lot of rare and endangered species. I work with approximately 100 different species, from skinks, agamid, mostly geckos, hence the name Gecko King. But me and my buddy, Joseph Vigorov, who owns the Gecko Gambit, we have opened a gallery in New York City. It's a museum-style adventure, essentially. It's essentially just teaching people about how important it is to conserve certain species. We have animals that are dwindling in the wild. We have animals that you cannot find anywhere else in the world other than our gallery. We are in association with another museum right next door, which is the Bone Museum, which is the largest display of osteology in New York City. So I'm going to show you a little bit about our gallery, and I hope to see some new faces later on in the year. You know, it's great for kids. We have a lot of different interactive experiences there. We get to see a lot of different species. In the gallery itself, we have about 150 to 200 different individuals, about 60 to 70 different species. A lot of those animals we get from zoos, we get from research facilities, we get from conservation biologists like ourselves. We even get from private breeders, because we're kind of the backbone of keeping animals in captivity and making sure that those animals are being sustained for us as a safety net to make sure that we can have those animals for futures and generations to come. So let's get into it. We were featured on the New York Times. That's a picture that they posted of us, and that's me, and that's my co-founder, Joseph Vigorov, the Gecko Gambit, and I'm the Gecko King. Some people enjoying our amazing space. We do class trips and presentations also. If you guys want something to do as far as like either a field trip or a class, you guys have a bunch of friends. We're very, very kid-friendly, you know. The kids are the next generation that we want to inspire. Steve Irwin was one of my biggest idols. He taught me everything just from watching Animal Planet, you know. I wanted to grow up and be just like him, and I'm thinking to myself, what can I do to try to influence other people the same way he influenced me? So here's one of the amazing species we have. This is called the Chinese crocodile lizard, or the Shinosaurus crocodiloris. They are from small fragmented ecosystems in China and Vietnam. They are mostly found around water, hence the name crocodile lizard. The current population assessment is anywhere between 350 to 500 individuals left in the wild. Those animals are extremely, extremely rare. They are a beautiful species. We're lucky enough to have 2 of them, and we're hoping to be able to get some more through responsible people like us. We are hoping to be able to produce them. We're hoping to be able to create a good safety net of a diverse population in the United States, so that one way, if we work with a specific zoo or a specific program that can help us bring these animals back into the wild, that's what we want. There's a bunch of people working with them in Vietnam trying to understand better how to keep them in captivity and how to be able to preserve that ecosystem. But right now, the leading cause of their demise is farm fertilizer runoff. All that fertilizer is running off into the water, and that's essentially decimating the entire ecosystem that they need to survive. The aquatic invertebrates, the food that they eat. So if you come to the gallery, I'd be able to show you their entire paludarium, how they interact with us, how they interact with the species that live with them, the fish, the shrimp, the snails, how they eat, and all these different things. They're an amazing, amazing species. This is one of my pride and joy in my museum. This is called the psychedelic rock gecko, or Nemasmus psychedelica. Our lineage comes from the San Antonio Zoo. We are lucky enough to have the 2nd largest population here in the United States. We have a nice, large, diverse group. They are a species that is from one island off the coast of Vietnam. and they are critically endangered. There is about 500 left in the wild. They are such a beautiful species. The reason why they get the name psychedelic is because the adults have these amazing blue and purple patterning on their backs, orange undersides, and gold flakes along their head. They are so cool. So they're also on display at the gallery. They're so interesting to show people. They're a species that you won't be able to find anywhere else but our gallery or at the San Antonio Zoo. So this is a starry night gecko, another really interesting species. This species was described in 2021. So they're a fairly new species to science. They're called the Gecko paradapadao, or the starry night. They get that name because they have this beautiful black base and amazing white spots that kind of look like stars. They're found in one cave system in Thailand, found nowhere else on Earth other than that one cave. If that cave has any sort of disruptions, people start mining for ores, minerals, gems, things like that, an entire ecosystem and an entire species can go extinct. And then we also work heavily in Europlatus. Europlatus are the Madagascan leaf-tailed geckos. We have about 15 different species. We have probably the most diverse collection of Europlatus in the Northeast. This is a Europlatus fimbriatus, and they get the name leaf-tailed because they essentially look like a leaf. They look like bark. They look like lichen. They resemble the most amazing camouflage in the animal kingdom. This is Europlatus pishmani, probably the most rarest species, and probably the cornerstone of anyone's Europlatus collection. We are lucky enough to have the largest group of Europlatus pishmani in the United States. All of our animals come from a research center in Ukraine. They are a beautiful, beautiful species, and we are thrilled to be working with them. And then behind the scenes is where a lot of the work happens. This is Noltanus elegans, or the New Zealand green gecko. It's a species that you might not be able to see anywhere else. They're species that you might not even see in my gallery. So I work with them behind the scenes because they are very, very, very finicky. They require very specific temperatures, very specific gradients. We try to keep a lot of our species in controlled environments. The New Zealand gecko, I am probably one of the only ones in the Northeast that has them. There are a few other people here and there, but they are very, very rare to come by. New Zealand geckos have been documented to be active in the snow. There are species that can thrive in a wide range of temperatures, but their ideal temperature is probably right around 50 degrees, which you would not expect for most ectotherms. And then this is another crown jewel of our insane collection. This is called Gonatodes dodonii, or the grenadines clawed gecko. They are a species that is technically functionally extinct. They are an animal that has a range probably the size of your local park. They are from a small island off in the Caribbean. They are a population assessment probably around 100 or 200 left in the wild. Their current population is being decimated by invasive rats. They are a small gecko, probably about 2.5 inches long, but they are beautiful. They are a work of art, and they are just some of the most interesting and elegant species that I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, that's kind of this short synopsis of what we do and what we work with. I would love to see you guys there. Bring your kids, bring your family. It's an amazing experience. If you want to learn about amazing animals, this is the place to go. New York City doesn't have many animal encounters and many animal outreach programs. We do school trips. We do camp trips. We bring a lot of people in who just want to learn more about species that you might not see ever again. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and enjoy the show.